Welcome back to the stream. New partner here. I got Caleb Pesci with me, one of our fellow CT members. Looks like we're going to be moving on to Lotus for second round. I got a moment to step out and listen to their chat in between games. Manchester's definitely understanding their flaws, looking to improve some things moving forward. They definitely talked about their utility usage. They talked about their timidness. They made sure they talked about how they're going to control its flames moving into the second game. They understood. Mount Union definitely just waited, got a pick, and then dumped all of their utility for Neon to get a first blood on the site and execute completely. And the other big thing, I don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but there's 3 first years on this team.
There is
3 players who haven't played much of any competitive Valorant gameplay until right now, which is a completely different gameplay. You can mention that, obviously, playing for a few years. This is my 4th year moving in. It's a completely different game than, what you're used to seeing in a competition game, a standard ranked game or something like that. So I think a little bit of the nerves, a little bit of the understanding of the differences between the 2 different styles of play is definitely affected Manchester moving into this game. Hopefully they recuperate a little bit, make some more strategies, and they're going to be a lot better.
It's definitely a different beast. Like going in before coming to this university, it was very just lax. You were able to be yourself. And then you get here, and then you're a little bit more inside of your head, so you have to branch out of that.
Moving on to Lotus, Manchester is defending first, so let's see if they can kick the poor start to the last game on defense. Pretty decent comps moving forward. I love the chamber pick coming from Manchester. The buffs that just happened to him, extending his TP range, makes him a little bit more useful, especially on that defense side, to try to get a pick or 2.
Yeah. I am intrigued to see that they typically stayed with the same team comp.
It looks like Mount Union
right there.
Only difference is, they added a raise and took away another character that they could have used for information site control. It'll be interesting to see how that double duelist setup moves forward. Again, like we were saying, competitive team-based Valorant is completely different from comp. You're not uncommon to see 2, maybe even 3, maybe even 4 duelists in a competition match. Being 2 duelists in a team game like this, on this level, very rare. So it's really interesting to see how they play together. As Kua's going to throw Dizzy up, try to get a flash into C, and doesn't get a few picks, so they know C is pretty full. Look at this duel coming out there. They'll be short. Hashi takes out Oni. Smoke goes out B to take some site control. Just like Mount Union's going to back out, recuperate a little bit, and it's looking like it's going to be a C hit here, although, as I say that, they back out of sight of course.
Seems as if they were trying to default out, see what was going to happen either on B or C.
Watch out for this chamber holding down Rubble. Probably has his pocket guardian out. He does. Cypher Kim's going to go out. Necessarily spots the chamber, and he gets a pick and TP's away again. Like I said, look how far that TP was. He was sitting all the way on stairs and TP'd back to B site. The Neon's going to push up here. Gonna be hurt. Gets the pick. 2 go down now. 43 in favor of Manchester. Spike is still going to go down, though, on A site.
Spike planted.
It is
standard open plan. Omen goes down now.
1 enemy remaining.
2v3 as Kua gets picked.
One for a flank.
Last player
standing. 2 go down.
ready.
Raze gets a huge 2 kills right there. Now making it a 1v1.
It goes out.
Raze backs off into tree. Very smart play by them. Waiting for that bomb to get pinged and then swing off.
Will he swing
Gabriel
first?
has the read, but gets the pick. Raze is going to win that round. 1v1 clutch. First round goes Mount Union.
Digger's advantage there.
100%. But just like that, way better start from Manchester moving into the second game. 1v1, they didn't get picked early. They comboed their utility well, and it was anybody's game going down to those last few seconds.
One thing that I don't know if you exactly brought it up in the last match, but Mount Union is very keen on moving as a whole group.
Yes.
Usually when you see people in their comp, they try to default out, have 2, 3 if it's a 2-site map. But here, they're still going as a whole group.
And, well, as you say that, they've been splitting 3-2 a lot, but it's 3-2 to try to get a pick, try to figure out where Manchester's sitting, try to figure out what's going on with the defense on Manchester's side. And then once they get that pick, they regroup and hit a site off of that, or just wait and see if Manchester gets a rep.
And see if they...
2 smokes are going to go out C, complete site control still. Nothing going on this far into the round.
We're testing out the waters, seeing what's going to happen.
Neon's gonna throw wall up and spots Chambers. He TPs away back over to B site, but they don't do anything with it. They just used it for information and backed off. Manchester's gonna rotate off of that, and now Mount Union has a free C site.
They do. They're pushing hard, going through.
Looks like Ben has the read. The smoke goes out, but he gets denial and straight through the smoke. Unfortunate.
Spike planted.
Running through, running over.
This Neon is gets 2 there and now backs off. Really smart play.
Grenade!
Doesn't have much to go off on.
And gun goes out.
Last player
But
standing.
does get the pick on Oni, and Chamber TP's away. Looks like he's just going to try to save his life here.
Flawless.
Doesn't with Ray's pushing through the door, gets him from the side. 2 rounds left.
It is something that we are seeing with our team. They are trying to decide how to play their life, whether to save it or risk it.
That's a good spot.
So I'm intrigued to see how it pans out during this game.
Cypher sets up his trip B. First time we were able to see Cypher trip, so probably a little bit less bodies on B side as they just play off that trip. I think B side probably one of the easier sites to retake on this map. So really smart plays. They stack up A and leave 1 on C site, which is Chamber, who has a free get out of jail free. Gun goes out. He gets 2 shots off on the Neon and gets away. Now Manchester understands where Mount Union is. They're going to rotate off of that.
Slow movements.
Smokes go out on both teams, and Manchester's just going to sit and wait and regroup. A lot smarter play than they had.
Try to push out again or spray through the smoke like that last
Spike
time.
planted.
No avail.
Shots get put down. Look how low Gabriel is here.
Teleport.
And Neon flash out. Gets the kill. Great utility use there by Mount Union. Fights in, has ultimate, pops it. Gets 1 and is just gonna hold for Chamber to push in and does. Knows where the fade is, pushes
Last
out for
player
that.
standing.
Gets the kill there.
Flawless.
Race takes the ace, but it doesn't even matter now. 3-0 Mount Union.
Can we do a tab?
Vibe check, we feeling good? Hope so, hope so.
Oh yeah, look at that. 8-1 for its Flames.
Going
He's
into the
just-
4th round.
Yeah, and two donuts from Mount Union and a breadstick. So definitely a lot of kills going out for Neon here, but like I said in the last game, it's not that Neon is just hard carrying the entire team. The rest of Mount Union is using the utility, playing off of each other, and getting shots off to damage Manchester. They're going to stack up B and try to take B side control here. It looks like Mount Union's going to fast push A and leaves Kua all alone on A side, trying to just get 1 as he throws his mosh out, hopefully to damage and stall a little bit, allowing Manchester to gets the pick on the Neon.
What is this?
Sprays out, nothing much he could do there, had to get out of the after shot, and
Oni
still
pushing up,
44.
gets
Huge
the
pick
one.
from Oni.
Spike
down
is
A.
down.
I'm too far.
It's picked up. 3 MU
Spike planted.
players.
4v3
Satchel
advantage
out.
Manchester, and Spike is down, so limited time for Manchester. They push up in the site.
Bring them
Go
down.
up a little
1 on
further.
site. Dog does not spot anything.
That leaves only 2 places for the team.
Fire in the hole!
1 enemy remaining.
It's 2.
2 huge picks from Gabriel. Gets
Waste.
not
Uses
necessarily
it
a
all.
waste from the Braves ultimate. Gets 1, but 3v1, I don't think that's the smartest decision there. As he's going to back out, and Oni's going to probably just hold Spike here.
Last
Out,
player
gets
standing.
the kill. Now it's a 1v1.
What is
You have
Pig
got
gonna
to
do?
be
Pig's
kidding
going
me.
to try and finish off
A.
and
Ace from the Rays. Insane ace there.
Satchel out.
crazy plays.
Really crazy plays, but Dice bombs, so loses his gun at the end of the round, but it doesn't even matter. They're all maxed out here. So and that was, I honestly would just say, great plays from the Rays there. Threw the nade, got the bomb off. Although Manchester got it half that killed their player, forced one of our other players to swing off of it. Since he knows he doesn't have to worry about the guy on bomb, he gets the kill, and now it's 1v1 all of a sudden.
Yep.
And gun advantage to start spraying in, and had the nade from the 2 kills after their throw, and
one of the advantages of playing as Raze. You're able to get some of your hits with that.
Huge hit from Gabriel with the operator. The chamber ult. Tour of Force is out in full effect. Neon's gonna push into upper on B. Huge side control.
Spike
for them.
planted.
Greenwell door goes down and
Front
it's
and
a
back.
5v3 Manchester retake, but Spike is already down.
Omen and Breach are backing up.
Smoke goes out. Watch out for this Neon flanking through. He's gonna get one. He's probably two.
Going for that.
It's one
Gets
and
shot
two.
from the
Now
back.
it's the even sight for retake.
Ooh,
Last
Reaching
player
down.
standing.
Bait is all that's left now.
Goofy's going in.
They know exactly where he is.
It's one.
It's one.
Goes for another.
One enemy
Two.
remaining.
Unfortunately, that Neon slide is just way too powerful
It
right
is.
now. Now it's gonna be 5 rounds counting. So pretty even buys. I mean, how many kills Manchester getting? Now Union's not as comfortable as they are as they were
That
last game.
works.
Yeah.
Definitely not as favorable in situations. A lot more even the rounds, and it's just coming down to a few crucial decisions. Right now, Mount Union's just making the better decision. Neon Wall goes out, Flash goes out, and Mosh goes out for Manchester. Lots of util on B, and watch for this chamber. Tag.
This
Omen doesn't get anything, but TP's out and has all of his health.
Only sitting there with the judge.
Anybody opens that door.
Yep. Trying to see. All 5 are
Look
still
at this
on
patience
eighth
from
and
Manchester. They're Mount Union's gonna back off of that as Smoke goes out again.
went
But
through spawn.
great patience from Manchester. They're still holding B side. They still have somebody on C, so any
Teleport's
hit
ready.
here, they can still back off and retake 5v5.
This is if they're trying to split up. Mount Union going for a 1 to 4 rotation.
Hold on C side. A side. Doesn't get killed, but
One.
throws stun. Nothing doing. Race gets picked on C site. Free C site for Mount Union. They're going to get clamped down, and now it's a
Neon is
4v5,
running
3v5
30
retake
seconds
in
left.
favor of Mount Union.
Spike planted.
Once Neon gets over there, it is all 5 of them on site. They're moving over, coming from their own spawn. Manchester's moving as a group of 3.
Hard to use. But watch this Neon just hold in close, and they know exactly where they are.
They're not really using. Oh, gets the kill
Gets
on.
the kill on the Neon, so now it's a little bit more even. Goes out, flashback goes out, really low health. Look at Oni.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Huge! Wow!
diffusing. Look at all of them.
That's a free defuse. That's first round win for Manchester. And that was... I don't even know what happened there, to be completely honest. Ray's ult comes out, gets 2, trade goes out, and turns into a 1v1, and
I didn't even think that our I respect our Raze, but I didn't think that the Raze was gonna get the ult.
no, I saw it miss the cipher. and
Yeah.
it still got 2 sitting over there in the corner of C.
Yep. Speaking of which, since I'm pretty sure this is what they used, how do you currently feel about the double pouch or whatever it's
Double
called?
satchel.
Yeah, double satchel.
Love double satcheling. Weird story of I actually started as a controller main. You can attest to that playing with me for 3 years.
Yeah.
We got our rosters this year, and C team is chosen. It showed that there were no duelists on that team, so I had to move over to duelist. And honestly, from the month and a half that I've been learning how to play duelist, my favorite thing ever is Raze doubles. Actually, it's just so much fun. You get some really weird angles. You can really confuse the
Spike
opponent,
planted.
and it's used effectively.
It's very
It's a nightmare.
beneficial.
It's a nightmare to defend.
It's beneficial for the team. It's terrible for the opposing.
Exactly. And now it's a 3v3 retake. His Spike is down for Mount Union. 2 and 3.
Jay shoots a bullet
1 on
off.
site. Spike cam goes out. 1 gets spotted.
Last
Got
player
the back.
standing.
Doesn't get
Left.
the kill.
Ruby gets
Huge
one.
pick
Reloading.
from Ruby.
Peeking. As you said
Watch this
earlier,
play from the breach. He's up
Slices
heaven
the
trying to
pizza.
hold. This breach knows exactly where the fade in is. Just waiting. Insane trigger discipline. And there it is. That's going to be a round win for Mount Union.
There was a similar situation in the last game that they played where there was potential for Droopy to have trigger discipline, but he went for it and he ended up winning the round for the team.
That's huge. And I mean, there 2v1, you kind of just take the trigger discipline, let them peek the other person, and if it's the fan, you're still there, you know exactly where they are, and you have the advantage.
You're able to combat to the team.
And watch this play here is Gabriel's gonna have an operator sitting on B site and huge group up on C for Mount Union.
They're pushing as a team, moving forward.
Raising goes out, smoke goes out, huge pick by Droopy.
Gets blinded.
I know
exactly
exactly
guys from the paper, in fact, which gives him his ult. Now Manchester's locations will be revealed. Tank goes down for Mount Union Seaside.
Spike planted.
They're pushing, going for the different choke points. 2 on each side. Neon gets the 2. We're going from B to C.
Dizzy's up top.
Grenade!
Go get him, buddy.
Get him.
Moving forward, trying to
The
move to the
wingman's
left.
down.
Going around.
Last player standing.
Annie dies, and then Annie kills Tua.
Now it's going to be 7-1 Mount Union.
Hopefully they can have a little bit of a comeback like they did last time and try and get a little bit more before the half.
And it was just like they were saying in pre-round in between the two games. Mount Union has the same game plan that they've used in the last game, and it's just working beautifully here. They're playing together, grouping up, using utility, and just letting that Neon go to work on whatever site they choose to hit there. And watch how much utility is being thrown out here in site.
Off of the
Nothing happens. Huge pick there from Droopy, but gets traded. Oni goes down, and now it's
Last player standing.
1v3. Amber has operator here, not looking too bright for Manchester already in this round.
Mount Union's planning,
Spike planted.
going slowly through.
Guardian comes out for Amber. Ready to ditch the op. Probably the smart play here. Fortunately, couldn't find a
Teleport's
rifle. Pushing into the smoke. Only once holding it. It's the pick, and now it's a 2v1. Very winnable situation here. Reach stun goes out,
enemy
misses,
remaining.
gets the other pick. 1v1. They know where the Cypher is.
Misses, gets the
Trades
rifle.
out for Vandal.
Days.
At the angle, doesn't know. Unfortunate timing. There,
It seems these strangers
5-5
want me
after that
dead.
kill.
yeah, huge play there from Oshi, and there, that's the perk of being a caster, understanding where that cipher is. You got to think in the eyes of of our chamber here. No clue where they went. Only saw that they backed off towards site entrance, and no noise from there on. So I mean, smart play to check both corners, but just unfortunate timing that they left that peek and that hold on the box
are
right
mine.
as the chamber, or right as the cipher pushed out to get.
Yep. One thing that I'm consistently seeing is that we're only having one person on C. Omen has
Now we
moved
got
over.
two. A
They're
lot of
looking at
utility.
different
Huge push in.
angles. Gets one traded.
Instantly traded. Huge
Another
hit
one.
from Jay on the Neon.
4v3.
4v3 is sight goes down on C site. Sight goes down.
Yep.
Spike planted.
Using the Tour de
Order force is out and in effect. Watch this here. See if somebody starts to push out of C Link.
Looks like they are.
Get the pick on the cipher. There's another one there. See if he gets the read. He does. Doesn't get the kill though.
One enemy
Moving a
remaining.
little bit too much. His Thrash comes out and they know exactly where that breach is. Breach gets stunned, gets killed, and that's a round win for Manchester so long as they have enough time.
Looks like they do.
Much better defensive round there from Manchester, making it 8-2, a little bit more even, and hopefully we can snowball from here moving forward. That's what you want to see. Utility was a lot better. Things like comms were a little bit more cohesive. They made sure to play their lives, get trades, and hold together on site, and not get overcommitted into any gunfight.
Here, you've been able to hear them in the gear. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Mount Union looks like they're going to set up another split between C, A, and Breach on B. Full site split for Mount Union.
And Breach is the one who has the
Has the spike, and again, Chamber holding out with the op, and he gets that free TP away into B site. This is going to be huge if somebody peeks out A.
pushing a little bit forward.
Where
He's
are
getting aggressive there on
moving
He
in.
doesn't get spotted by the Fade Eye, but shoots it down.
Half
Gets the
health.
hit
Oh no,
on
has
Fade. Has full both health still.
both health.
Looks like Mount Union's going to
Positioning is
recuperate
also
up on
something.
C. Gets a pick through B, and Chamber TP's away. Neon realizes they have free sight, and looks like Mount Union's going to rotate off of that.
They're gonna use.
Oni gets caught trying to grab a new gun, and now Mount Union has full pressure on the C site.
Right there.
They're rushing on over. They're trying to regroup. Manchester's trying to regroup.
Look how far this Neon is into spawn.
Looking around, seeing if anyone's AFK.
Unreal plays.
Teleport's ready.
Pushing
Spike
way into sight.
planted.
Look at this hold that they have now, and hold that here on out. I don't see any reason why
Which side are they
they
showing?
JTP's into C lobby, doesn't spot anybody, so sticks with it.
Fire in the hole!
All where the Raze is
There
at.
is
Raze
a
pulls
ping.
out, ultimate, gets away, TP's through, but
Ooh.
gets killed through the TP.
Last player standing.
Just pick there from Neon. Huge
enemy
pick.
remaining.
Another huge
One
pick
more.
for him. 1v1 situation.
Uh,
You clear your corners. He gets shot from behind, and it's a round win for Mount Union. 9-2 going into the last round and a half.
Last round in the
a
half.
little bit unfortunate there, but hopefully this round they can secure the win and then go on to the offensive.
Honestly, I think Lotus is way more attacker sided. There's so much more space you can take. Look, I mean,
It
look
truly
at
is.
C lobby, look at A lobby, and even B lobby. There's so much space you can take as an attacker, especially if the other team, like Manchester, tends to be a little bit more timid about controlling space in that gray area between the spawn barriers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of util out A. It's gonna be a full rush on A. Neon both goes out, gets the kill, but has some damage done. Super low HP for both the Protector and the Neon. Gets another kill on Gecko, and now it's free A site for Mount Union.
Pushing forward, staying back though.
Spike planted.
Groups up, spawn, and he's gonna try to hit here. Fade ultimate looks like it's gonna come out.
There, take
Play from
them!
Manchester. Now they don't have to worry about being
It's all
quiet.
but one. Breach is the only one who is not
Cypher
been
Cam
all
goes up, spots Jay.
goes down.
Chamber going into drop, gets
Last
killed.
player
Base
standing.
gets killed there too by the Rays.
And gets one.
And then there's the round 10-2 half Mount Union. Same exact situation you were in at the
Switching sides.
takeaways from the half. What do you see?
So far it seems as if it's a little bit too quiet out there. Not that many comms happening. On the 2 rounds that they did win. We heard a lot more communication. Outside of that, also just as you guys were talking about last time, they're a lot more timid. They need to know when to push and how to push instead of just staying back until after site's already playing. Because that's when they're a lot more weakened and you just need to move in, go fast. There's risk with that, but there's also more of a reward.
I definitely think Mount Union just has a great game plan. They have a really strong duelist and it's Flames. They're playing off of each other, using utility, letting Neon get into sight and commit there, and it's just working out for them every time. Out here, Neon gets picked early, right as I say that. Eat my own words, and it's a free B site for Manchester. They're going to get plant down, and now it's
Going
5v4 advantage.
They are
Manchester.
util dumping, but Oni is blinded. Going through.
Tony's holding his grateful board,
Chamber
really
is
smart
holding
play.
down A. Going back on over, seeing where they're going to come through. Util dump and
Ruby
blind.
gets a pit off the back,
One
now
enemy
Denver gets
remaining.
another pit.
5v1.
5v2, we know where that Raze is at, and Chamber goes down. Now it's just a matter of time. Watch
Who's
this
gonna-
crossfire here.
Time for a swing.
Fate goes down, but everybody knows exactly where that Raze is at.
Ooh.
Huge pick again from the Raze.
Play
Getting a little
live.
overzealous there from Manchester.
Last player standing.
Ooh.
Gets the trade
That was
round
really
win
close.
Manchester. Really, really tight round, and that exactly what we were talking about in that first game. Getting a little too aggressive there.
Yeah.
You knew what that raise was. They have to push into you or go and save, and it's pistol round. Why would you save?
Yeah.
And although Fade was just
push all
stuck
the
in
way up.
Fade was just stuck in a bad spot there, did what they could, and Kua had a good angle on it, did get the pit, and instead of just holding, waiting for them to push out a door and have that crossfire set up, Gabriel pushed and tried to hold the angle, gets killed, and makes it a little bit more of a close game. Another over peak from Manchester. Now it's a 2v1. Another over peak, and it's 1v1 clutch. Outlaws out for Chamber. Saw the Ray sitting on A site and waiting to see if he can get a pick on stairs. Knows somebody's there.
Right there.
Look again how far up that neon is on B site. Mosh goes out.
I'll find you.
Interesting play by Droopy. Getting the ult orb and moving forward.
Not against it. Throwing that eye in that lobby is a really good spot for defenders to hold, especially on safe round like this. Lots of utility coming out from Mount Union on A's side as they regroup. They have 3 on A already. C site's free, and I'm like Manchester's going to try to capitalize on that. But watch out, that Cypher
Moving
cam
over.
is holding C long, so if that Cypher cam pops at the right time, Mount Union's are. And they already have a read on it, and they're rotating over real quick. Look at this neon already up into C with the Cypher.
Already pushing forward. Have to be careful. Second corner's
Chamber gets the pit, gets out. It's now 5v3. Bomb's gonna go down
There's my buddy.
Manchester. Pit there from Oshi on Brood.
There's a 3v2. Pushing a little bit forward. Jay taking cover. Having side control with the smoke. Now they're just waiting to see who's going to push first.
That what we've been talking about needs to come in.
One enemy
They
remaining.
get the pit. You gotta reposition there. That Cypher knows where you are, but there are 3 people holding that angle at the same time.
Hang back.
Low, right here from Cypher trying to get something. Oni tries to tempt them to push, and he does. Pushes out and gets killed. 10-4 Manchester. Huge start to the second half, but can't get too excited early. This is exactly how the last game went.
Take back what is mine.
We continue moving forward. We are getting our team more towards the double-digit kill range. Good. On their team, it seems as if it is the 2 duelists who are holding the most amount of kills.
Look at that. It's Flames is not the highest killer on the team right now. It is Cap, 23 and 8 with 2 assists, which is really strong performance. But again, it's definitely a raised map. A lot more height. You can really get a lot of double satchels through, and you can make some really weird angle plays. On the site. Paranoid comes out from B, and it's going to be a big B on the C lobby hit from both teams. 2 go down for Manchester. It is now 5v3 and 4 sitting C lobby as they're just going to start
coming
pushing.
back.
Watch this Chamber hold that though.
Chamber's holding, but is moving.
Chamber gets the hit on his flames and backs off. Jay gets picked be lobby, but
Gotta
this
be
here
careful.
gonna be a free A site.
Wingman's
Bomb
gonna
goes
plant
down
spike.
with the Dizzy. Just
Blow him up, Mosh.
big man. Mosh goes out. A heaven.
He has to be careful about the back.
Chamber saw the Cypher. I don't know if the
Teleport's
Cypher
ready.
saw the Chamber though, but he knows that people are coming on this flank.
Last player standing.
Does not get any. Graves ends up with the kill there.
One
Off
shot
Raze.
on Omen.
Graves goes
Good done.
out. Dies from the ultimate, but Cypher gets the trade. Round win, Mount Union.
It is something that I have noticed both on our team and varsity is after we get a kill, we try and do the little wheel scroll and then go to our melee instead of just staying on our gun.
Yeah, that's definitely a bad habit. A lot of Valorant players have. Some instances it's really good for, you know, say an operator player, somebody like a Chamber, somebody like a Jet. Doing that flick can be a little bit faster on the reload. You don't have to go through the full animation. But say like if you're holding a Vandal, if you know somebody's going to peek again, gotta have that gun out. But again,
Especially since they
speaking
saw
from
two
experience,
people. Yeah.
that's a really hard habit to break because we see it all the time at the top level.
Yep.
CT. But I mean, players are VCT players. They can kind of do what they want.
They have
Thrash is gonna go out, Neon gets hit, and now the Rays gets the take. Huge plays there for Manchester. It's now 3v5. Manchester advantage on B.
I
back.
got the spike.
Picks up Spike.
That's
Demon
spike.
goes
It
out
is
to
a
the plant.
4v3. Will Gecko use ult again?
Big hit from Oni. Doesn't know that there's a second one there. Cypher gets a trade.
Thrash is
Now
going
Thrash is
down.
going to come out for a second time, hopefully just to get one. Thrash goes
gets
down,
killed.
but got information, knows where that Omen is.
Now are they communicating it to each other? They touched it.
Last player standing.
Oh, unfortunately there.
Transfer
Spray
was not
Transfer
there.
wasn't there, did not get a kill on either player. So it's going to be 12-4 Mount Union. See, there wasn't a bad round, just maybe not the most correct
Match
decision to
point.
push out of that smoke. They had bomb control, they knew where bomb was, and they could have just sprayed waiting for that ping to happen or waiting for a hold to happen, but instead, they try to get aggressive, they try to peek out of smoke. They have a crossfire on it, gets the one. There's not much you can do there from Gabriel. You got to try to hit both, and you can't just pick one because they're going to trade you, and obviously advantage Mount Union in that situation.
Not always about the KD boost. About being able to play the time right.
There's going to be a
Cover
5
going
stack
out.
up on C, and Smoke's instantly going to come out from Mount Union. They have the read on that. See what happens here is Neon pushes into Mount, gets a pick on the fade. Just going to regroup. It looks like they're going to fault out a little bit, try to get a pick here. Watch this play here, though, from Kua. 2 holding a rubble. Traded out and traded
One
again.
enemy
It's now
remaining.
4v1
Spike down
in favor
A.
of Mount Union.
Chambers the last one left. Chambers pushing up through B. Only has a stinger.
He goes down, they know exactly where he is now, just waiting for this rush to come out. See if he can just get 1, maybe 2, save a little bit of the grace moving into this game.
Holding.
Cypher's just... It's just hit on the Cypher, and he's going to try to rotate up and spawn, try to catch him a little bit off guard. Really, really smart plays here coming out of game.
Pushing around. However, they are holding down where he's going to be coming from.
Neon gets the final kill. That's going
Defenders
to do
win.
it. 2 game wins for Mount Union. That's going to be it. Mount Union takes this full sweep, moving out of week 1.
Definitely interesting. They've been working really hard for their first game of the season for the entirety of the season. So it's interesting seeing this come out from them. But hopefully they're able to learn from it and get ready for Saturday's game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, tough loss for Manchester. A lot of upsides, though. A lot of things they did well. And obviously, hopefully they can learn from this moving forward into their game Saturday, where they're taking on Cleveland State. It's going to be a really tough match, but hopefully they can learn from their mistakes moving forward, come back, get at least a map win, if not, try to challenge and get a game win. Be huge going 1-1 into
I believe it's at 12 p.m.
12 p.m. Huge watch party. If you're on Manchester's campus, come down to the Esports Lab. There's going to be matches all day from League of Legends, Valorant, and Super Smash Bros. Obviously, every single one of those matches will be streamed. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you here. But anyways, that's going to do it for us today. Unfortunate loss, Mount Union 2, Manchester 0. I'm Dakota. He's Caleb.
Howdy.
Piper's over there. Piper was over there streaming for us, helping out in the background. So thank you to her for streaming with me and casting this first game. Hopefully to see you a little bit later on this week on Saturday as we take on Cleveland State.
Peace out.